factorize 2x squared minus x minus 1. Remember, quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. That's quadratic expression. With these, if I compare that to that, a equals 2, b equals minus 1, c equals minus 1. So what we need to do is sum of factor equals b, which equals minus 1, product of factors equals ac, which equals 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Two numbers, two factors, when multiplied together, we get minus 2. And when I add them together, I get minus 1. So I'm looking at minus 1, plus 1. So minus 2 plus 1. And when I add it together, I get minus 1. So all I need to do is put x here and make that x. And that should give me minus x. So minus 2x plus x is minus x. I need to replace minus x with minus 2x plus x. So now what I'm going to do is write 2x squared minus 2x, and then I'm going to write plus x minus 1. There is a common factor here, and there's a common factor there. So the common factor here is 2x, and I get x minus 1. And the common factor here is 1. So plus 1, that'll be x minus 1. There's 1 here. Now you can see there's a common factor, there's a common factor. If I expand this, I get that back. And if I extend that, I get that back. So now I'm left with 2x plus 1. If I take x minus 1 out, so x minus 1, and I've got left 2x plus 1. So the factors are x minus 1, 2x plus 1. Question number 5. Again, a equals 3, b equals minus 11, c equals 6, when I compare it with quadratic expression. I need the sum of factor equals, sum of factor equals b, and that equals minus 11. Product of factor equals AC, and that equals 3 times 6, and that's 18. So I need two factors, 18. When I multiply them together, I get 18. When I add them together, I get minus 11. So the factors that will give me minus 11 when I add them together, and 18 when I multiply them together, is minus 2, minus 9, and that will be minus 11 when I add them together. All I need to do is now put x here, put x there, put x there. Now I need to replace minus 11 with minus 2x minus 9x. I would like to put the 2x next to 6 because there's a common factor, and 9x next to 3 because there is a common factor. So I'll go 3x squared minus 9x minus 2x. That gives me minus 11x plus 6. So I'm just replacing minus 11x with this one here. Now let's common factor here and there. So the factors here is 3x, and that will be x minus 3. And the common factor here is minus 2, and that will be x minus 3. Because I've taken minus here, that has to be minus. Because if I multiply this, minus 2x times x is minus 2x, minus 2x times minus 3 is plus 6. So that's the same. Now there's a common factor here and here. So if I take that factor out, I'll be left with, if I take the factor out, I'll be left with 3x minus 2. So let's take this x minus 3 out. X minus 3. And I'm left with 3x minus 2. And so the solution is x minus, the factor is x minus 3, 3x minus 2. Next one. In this case, we need to solve. Again, we need to find the factors. Once we find the factors, we can solve it. Okay, to find the factor, we need to find a. A equals 4. B equals minus 19. Comparing to that, C equals minus 5. Sum of factors equals B, and that equals minus 19. Product of factors equals AC, and that equals minus 20 minus 5 times 4 minus 20. That's minus 5 times 4. Two numbers, when I multiply them together, I will get minus 19. And when I add them to, I'll get minus 20. When I add them together, I get minus 19. So I'm looking at 20 and 1. So what I need to do now is 20 and 1. And I want minus 20 minus 19. So I need 1 and minus 20. And that should be, when I add them together, I get minus 19. So if I put x here, 1x, x, x. And I replace minus 19 with that. So all I need to do now is come back here, 4x squared minus 19. So it doesn't matter whether I put 20 or not, because 20 goes with 4x, 20 goes with 5. So I could put minus 20x plus x minus 5 equal to 0. So I can see common factor here is 4x. And there's a common factor here, it's 1. 1 is a common factor. So if I take 4x out, 4x, I get x minus 5. If I take 1 out, plus 1 into bracket, x minus 5 equal to 0. can now see common factor again. And what I'm left with is going to be 4x plus 1. So let's take that out. 4x plus 1 is a factor. X minus 5 is a factor. And so if I come back here and write it 4x plus 1, x minus 5, those are the factors. If I expand this, I should get back there. 4x times x, 4x squared. 4x times minus 5 is minus 20x. X times x plus x. 1 times minus 5, minus 5. Minus 20x plus x is minus 19x. So that's correct. Now we need to find, now we know the factors, and that equal to 0. So now we need to set that to 0, set that to 0 in order to find the solution. So what we now need to do is set that to 0, set that to 0. 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So you're setting the factor to 0. And that will become 4x equals minus 1. Take away 1 from both sides. Divide both sides by 4. X equals minus a quarter. This one are the factors, not the solution. These are the factors. Now we need to set x minus 5 equal to 0. Therefore, x equal to 5. So truly, these are not the solution. These are the factors. The actual solution here would be x equals minus a quarter and x equals 5.